now. Back to the 1,000 kilobytes per second. I think every time I open up a web app that's strong, it doesn't like it. It does not like it. That's pretty sad. So we have to be mindful about our web usage here. So if I can't do this, I might have to use Krita or something to illustrate these points that we're trying to make. Okay, but no, it loaded, and we're good, we're live. So we have this little graph here of a bunch of different stuff. And we explained this previously, but I think it's worth recapping so we can all kind of be intelligent and understand architecturally what's going on here before we start doing stuff. So in a given map, the way this dirt mechanic works is that in actuality we have this texture. And it's either black or white, and it's usually like, I think white if it's marked as dirty, and then black if it's clean. So within there, let me make sure I didn't miss anything on chat. Yeah, we're back again. We're back. So the texture looks something. In fact, let's even open up the actual texture in game. Like, I think there's a dirt map here. Yeah, level 1. Let's go with this one. So you see this picture right here. This is illustrating that this is what defines what part of the level is dirty. What part should have this dirt shader displayed on it, as we saw in game. So if I resume the game, that purple stuff, we're using this texture here to determine what part of the level is going to be dirty and what part of the level is going to be clean. Now, you could just manually draw on this, and in fact, that's what I did. That's what we have been doing. So I just manually draw in here, mark whatever sections of the map are going to be dirty and which ones are going to be clean. And then we had these zones. Okay, we should be back now, I believe. The reconnection happens. I'm going to do this. I'm going to close Miro and hope... I'm going to close just here. It's just Miro. That's bad and evil and wrong. And once I close... Before I close it down, let me at least illustrate the point that we're talking about. So we had this texture here that determines what is dirty or clean within the level. And then we use that data to tell the GPU how to draw certain areas, right? So if it has a certain value, we draw that purple thing. If it's not, we just display the original color. And then these dust zones don't really change or affect those values. It just tells us what's the current state and then does something depending if it gets fully cleaned. So if you're in an area that's dirty and you have this dust zone overlapping it, and it's 100%, then nothing's going to happen. But as soon as it goes to 0, it might trigger some action. It might open a door, close a door, trigger a boss battle. Brother, my phone does not like it when we do anything with the internet. Hopefully that was just Miro. Hopefully we're just good now. I'm not going to do anything else, not going to Google, nothing, alright? I'm going to stay offline, essentially. So if I'm going to use my hands to illustrate this, the way things worked is we had this texture, which affected the map, and then we had these dust zones that told us if things are dirty, and then the condition on this will trigger some other behavior. What we're going to do now is actually flip it. We're going to start with the game being a blank texture. You place dust zones around the map, and that is what determines what part of the level is dirty, and then we'll proceed from there, right? So it's not that crazy of a thing. We're still using largely the same functionality. The big thing that's going to be changing is just a relationship with it. Functionality. The big thing that's going to be changing is just a relationship with it. Alright, I guess we're back now. I guess we're back now. Again, guys, sorry for the interruptions. I'm gonna try buying something to improve this. I don't know why it's being so shoddy right now. Oh, come on, dude. Work with me. Alright, if we're steady... Again, sorry guys about that. It's quite annoying how inconsistent this is. Let me just adjust the stream overlay a little bit while we wait. Cool. Alright, we should be back now. And it seems consistent. Hopefully it stays that way. Anyways, so we're going to be changing the relationship between these Dust Manager and the Dust Zones. Now, since Dust Zones are going to be the ones actually painting the area, yeah, I probably have to get one. I'm probably going to have to get one to boost either my hotspot signal or, you know, get something for my laptop specifically that plugs in. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what we can do here. Anyways. But yeah. So we have this Dust class here called Dust Manager. And this is the main thing that's actually drawing and setting the textures and passing it to the GPU and updating and modifying it. And it has a bunch of different public things for drawing onto the map. And I think I have a bunch of static utilities that do that too. Yeah, so this just handles if something needs to be drawn onto it. And we have these things called the dust zones, which are always constantly checking. So the main thing that needs to happen here is that we have to make these guys draw something. Now, we have to actually add more functionality beyond that because, like, okay, we know this is an area that needs to have some kind of drawing happen, but if you look in the map, you'll see that there are a bunch of boxes, and sure, we can have boxes, but that seems very, stiff looking and not that adaptable. So here for seems very stiff looking and not that. Here in red is one dust zone that we're operating with. Oh, this is kind of a cool effect. I would like to please navigate. 1 second. Yeah, so all these boxes that are in red are actually... Alright. Dude, I feel like I start a train of thought and then I get interrupted with that notification that I lost connection. It's kind of insane, man. I'm gonna have to do something about this. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go do something with this. I don't think we can stream like this. I don't think we really do anything, like, productive today while this is going on. That sucks. Alright, I'm gonna probably just stream from home today then. I'll hop off and we'll continue this train of thought, and I'll stream from my computer at home, and hopefully next time I try streaming outside we have better Wi-Fi, better connectivity, all that kind of stuff, so we don't have to I don't have to keep worrying about losing connection every like 5 minutes. Yeah, that's really disappointing. I don't know, maybe we'll go a little bit. Maybe I'll keep trying for a little bit and see how long this lasts. I think if it ever disconnects one more time, then I'll... Really? Okay, we're back now. That was hilarious. That was perfectly timed. As soon as I said, hey, if it disconnects again, we're going to just stop it, it stops immediately. That was hilarious. That was perfectly timed. as soon as I said it stopped. Since I can't trust my hotspot, since it's being such a big pain, which sucks, but you know, it is what it is. It's dying again. Okay, we're back. Yeah, since it's being a pain, we're going to stop here. I'm going to continue from home, and we'll actually do the stuff I'm talking about here in a better spot, and we'll see. But before I do, should I keep the vertical layout? Do you guys like the vertical layout versus the horizontal? I kind of weirdly feel like this is clean. I feel like this is pretty clean. And I'm working on this for my actual main rig too, because I think streaming vertical might be the move. I don't know, it's kind of cool to me. I like it. If there's no main objections to it, I might just keep doing this. But if you guys prefer the horizontal, then by all means, who am I to deny it, right? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what we do. Alright. I don't think I have any work to commit here. Like, let's go check my GitHub, or my Git bash. And let's go to MM. Yeah, nothing of substance to change or commit here. And then MMDK. Yeah, nothing there either. So I think we're clean. I didn't do any code here off or during or at post stream. So okay, I'm gonna switch to my PC at home, and yeah, we're gonna figure this out. And if you want to be notified, of course, the Discord, that's gonna be the main place to reach me for this kind of stuff. It should be in the description on YouTube. So yeah, thank you for hanging out and for the patience and bearing with me as we deal with this technical issues. But hey, at the very least, we get to try out the mic, new audio processing, so hopefully it sounded good, and we got to try out the new layout, so we'll test.